It's time for our daily dose of cope. We have Eli Trunkston delivering today's top news. Now, it's not all going to be leopards are feasting today. That's the reason why I have Eli Trunkston delivering the news today, because some of it is just going to be fallout and reaction to the Trump administration talking war strategy in a group chat. Yes, we need to talk about the fallout from this. So first of all, take a screenshot of this. You need this. Now you need this meme. The United States Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, they're now referring to him as WhiskiLeaks. Please take a screenshot of this and use it as often as necessary. This was a thumbnail that I used on my thumbnail page. I have Pete Hegseth saying OPSEC is 100% super duper clean. And I'm totally sure that he said it just like that, verbatim. If you need this, please go ahead and take a screenshot. There you go. You're welcome. So I went over to the conservative subreddit to see what they're saying about this story. Dimitri says, the messaging is confusing. Walsh was all over the place last night on Ingram Angle. He said he didn't know this journalist at all. Then how would he have his phone number? The screenshot says he added him to the group and then started the text messaging. Is he saying that it was a staffer using his phone and writing the text messages on his behalf? Unfortunately, there needs to be some consequences here. Heads need to roll. Otherwise, it's a double standard. The thing is, it's not confusing. The messaging is not confusing. These people are liars. They're liars. Why is this confusing to anyone? Baptism of Fire says, yes, someone insisted I was a Chinese bot for this yesterday. I have been a flared user 5 times longer than they have. The Chaotic Storm says, no side of the aisle is immune to screw ups. This is not a screw up. This is a leak that could have been detrimental. They really need to they need to stop with the pity patting with the language. This is not just a screw up. A screw up is adding salt when you meant to add sugar. That's a screw up. Lord Ratty Waddy says, and each side of the aisle is responsible for taking accountability for their screw-ups and acting accordingly. That being said, brushing this off as a nothing burger, like some others have, is not taking accountability for the security implications. See, some people are actually speaking like they have some sense. Crash says Walsh should be fired, regardless of how the enemy ended up in the chat. It was clearly his phone that added the idiot and leaked information before a strike. The crazy thing is the press is the enemy now. The press is supposed to report on things that are happening, and they have made them the enemy, the idiot. The way Fox News has been disparaging to them is like they are reporting things. Fox doesn't give actual facts usually. They give infotainment. But the way the right has demonized the press, it really goes to show that they don't give a damn about freedom of speech anymore. And that's because from the top down, they have demonized reporters. All right, it says the Atlantic is acting like they got copies of the order of battle with tactical overlays, which did not happen, but this was still an F up and he needs to go. They got a whole lot that they shouldn't have gotten. And if they had put somebody else into the chat that had less scruples and less integrity, they could have sold this information to somewhere. Dick Cheney's taint says, get the F out. This was egg on his face. It's not a fireable offense. It's not. It's not a fireable offense. Okay. This person says, I disagree. He's still the right guy for the job, regardless of fat fingering. See, I played a video yesterday where Hegseth was going hard about Hillary Clinton and emails. They wanted to lock her up. And now these people are sitting up here doing group chats with confidential information, and they're just like, he needs to be reprimanded. He should still keep his job. These people should not keep their job. Jimmy says, having read the screenshots myself, I think the damning message is Hegseth's timeline. If Signal is not a secure communication channel, that shouldn't be posted there. I still can't wrap my mind around how a reporter could accidentally be added to this thread. There's got to be more there. At worst, Mike is a rat and trying to make the administration look bad. At best, it was a stupid mistake, but the administration still looks bad. And its defenders look like morons. Is Signal secure or not? If not, head should roll. If it is, how were they able to add a reporter? Head should still roll. The mental gymnastics and semantics of war plans versus attack plans is a really bad look. Trump should have blown up, fired Mike Waltz immediately, and gave Hegseth Vance a dressing down at the very least. No accountability for clear F-ups. Yeah, but they won't. Nothing will happen to these people. And the worst part is the way they were going after, Europe and the countries over in Europe and different countries that we talk to and are supposed to be allies with. There's going to be so many damaged relationships because of all of this. Zach says in a normal administration, Waltz would be fired for creating the chat. Hegseth would be fired for putting S and TS classified info on a commercial app. Gabbard would be fired for perjuring herself yesterday when she said there was nothing classified in the chat. Did y'all see that back and forth with Gabbard? The way she was answering questions, when she was asked questions and her brain looked like it was moving in slow motion as she tried to figure out her lie. It was amazing to watch. If you haven't seen some of the exchange with Gabbard, you definitely need to see some of that. So this was posted in the Leopards Ate My Face subreddit. She says, my brother voted for Trump. He didn't heed my warning when I told him Trump wanted to shut down the Department of Education and it would take him longer to receive his student loans. He hasn't gotten his deposit. And then she shares a screenshot of this Newsweek article that I have not read through, but the headline, student loans warning issued as Department of Education faces elimination. She said, my brother voted for Trump because he simply bought into the idea from podcast bros that Kamala wanted to destroy masculinity in men. He and many of his classmates haven't received student loans because Trump closed down the Department of Education by 50%. There you go. This is definitely a leopards are feasting type of situation. Absentee quota says nothing more masculine than getting all your opinions from some dude who gets paid to whine all day. My Lady Bit says, I'm happy for him. Hope his fragile ego handles not paying his tuition. My guess is he will make his stupidity other people's problems. Duke at the bottom says, what's the over-under on he blames Biden's illegals Soros? I have plus 1 week in the pool. Yes, it's all everyone else's fault. It's not the fact that they voted for this person who said they were going to eliminate the Department of Education. Absolutely. It's definitely Biden or Obama or Hillary's emails or Hunter's laptop. This is an interesting story from the Business Insider. Tech is turning on Trump. Even conservative executives are fed up with tariffs, Doge, and crypto bro schemes. 2 months into Trump's second term, conservative leaders in the tech industry, some of whom are advising the administration, are in a state of turmoil. They are bristling at how the president's chaotic governing, unusual even by standards of Trump 1.0, is making it increasingly difficult to run their companies. None of my friends who voted for Trump are happy right now. Everyone is annoyed, says Reggie James, the founder of Eternal, a new media company backed by Andreessen Horowitz. When tech people got involved in the government, they thought Trump was going to take more of a surgical approach and act less like a wrecking ball. Well, look at what they voted for, and look what we all got. Yay. I'll dive deeper into that article tomorrow, because I wanted to get to this article. Florida considers bill to roll back child labor laws to fill jobs once held by undocumented migrants. We should have known that this was coming. Some of us did, especially with the way Republicans have been trying to deregulate child labor laws for the past couple of years. We should have known that this was coming. Florida lawmakers are considering major changes to state child labor laws that would loosen restrictions on when and how long teens can work, as the state braces for a shortage of migrant workers under GOP-led immigration crackdowns. A state Senate panel narrowly advanced a proposal Tuesday to eliminate regulations that bar 16 and 17-year-olds from working jobs before 6:30 a.m. or after 11 p.m. on school days, working more than 8 hours a day on school days, and working more than 30 hours a week while in school. I'm jumping here. Florida has been facing a steep shortage of workers. According to figures from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, there are about 53 available workers for every 100 jobs open in the state. I'll also dive deeper into this article tomorrow, but for right now, we see that the state of Florida's face is about to be eaten because migrants are in so many sectors there. Rah!
So I just found out that Donald Trump revoked my security clearance. Here's the funny thing. Dude, I retired a year ago from the military. I don't even have a security clearance. Dumbass. I'm sorry I'm living rent-free in your head, Donald, but you got this one wrong.